afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Faithful Dogs. I do need to change the overlay, so let me do that. One sec. But with me is Big Mike. You may know him as the Man Cave 8172. That's YouTube. And he's also the Man Cave 10 on Twitter and X. I'll get our banner going too. Got him like way behind on everything. But Mike, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm all right.
Glad to hear it. I'm good. I'm just ready for the weekend to be here. A lot of anticipation around this Niners-Eagles game. I've been saying all week, I think it's maybe the game of the week. No, game of the week, game of the year. I feel like the Niners and Eagles are two of the best teams in the NFL, along with maybe – it pains me to say the Ravens and AFC North, but
no, that's legit.
they seem like the other best team along with us too. And then a tier below, I have like your Browns, the Chiefs, the Lions, and the Cowboys. I think are all in that next tier of definitely contenders, just maybe not Super Bowl contenders. I don't know. We'll see. So, let's see, we got Red Jet Shell in the house saying hello, chat. Red Jet was an early member of TED Talks Ball channel. So thanks for that, Red Jet. Appreciate it. She says, what's good, Ted and Mike? We're better now that you're here, Red Jet. So thanks for being here. We appreciate it. That was early, though, so we don't even know if she's really here, though. That was at 1:30.
So, see, I responded to her because I was on early, so I sent something. So she never sent anything back. So I'm figuring she's not right now.
Yeah,
she was on she came a part of my Relax Wednesday show yesterday. She was on there with me and Jay talking just whatever we were talking.
Right on. That's cool. Yeah, Shell's awesome. Love her to death. She's great. Oh, she said, "I'm here." Bam.
There it is. Hell yeah.
Speak of the devil, and she appears. So there you go. No, you're not the devil. I was just kidding. It's just a saying. Jimmy Perez in the house says, what's up, Ted and Mike? Please hit the like button and subscribe. Yeah. Everybody, please like and subscribe. If you're on TED Talks Ball, pop over to the Man Cave. Give Mike a like and subscribe. Same thing if you're on the Man Cave, pop over. Give me a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. We're also, if you're on a browser, pop open two tabs. You can watch us both at the same time. Just make sure that you mute it. Otherwise, it can get a little bit echoey, a little bit confusing. But yeah, we appreciate the views and everybody being here. And let me get I've got your channel up here, and then hopefully it's muted. It is. There we go. So now I'm watching on two tabs too. Volume, can't gotta do as I say and walk the talk, if you will. Brian Culp in the house. He says he's painting. Although is it artistic painting like that, Brian? Or when you're painting, I always got the feeling you were like painting houses and fences and more like, functional painting. Or are you like, is this like Rembrandt Picasso style Brian Culp? Not only a special teams aficionado, but special artiste. We'll see. Let's find out. Can't see your comments. Mike, it's on your channel. Oh, interesting. You got to hit the all button, I think. If you hit the all button, then like if I do it, then like hardcore sports shows up and other things too. Reddit says love you too. Absolutely. Mwah. Feelings mutual. Hey Shell, great show this morning. Tell us all about it. What was the story? The devil's lady that flies a red jet. Ha ha ha. There you go. I like it. A red jet, shell jet. Thanks, Bryant. Had funny time. Oh, it must have been on Bryant's show. Then there you go. Sorry, I missed. I'll have to rewatch. I'll have to watch it back, as Paul Hope from the 400 Faithful UK says. Got to meet them. So yeah, so it's been a while since we talked. We didn't get to talk last week due to Thanksgiving. So we didn't get to talk about obviously the Seahawks Niners game. Didn't get to talk about all of the Browns games that have been going on. One win and one loss for the Browns, right? You said that you guys lost this last weekend, but
yeah, we lost this last weekend. Yeah.
But did you guys? And that was to Pittsburgh.
We beat Pittsburgh. We lost to the Broncos.
Oh, that's right. The Broncos, man, they're so hot. It's crazy.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Well, I got to say I'm not super surprised because, like, Russ Wilson, man, that guy, he owned us freaking 17-4 against the Niners. And now they're 0-4 since he left. And everybody's like, Russ is no good. He's holding us back. I'm like, dude, there's no other way to explain it than Russ Wilson to me.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's going to be a Hall of Famer type, probably, depending on what he does here in Denver, if he keeps on going up. But yeah, they're hot right now. I mean, they're doing some things. Even though, God, I feel like injuries is what caused us. We were right there, but I think they take an L this weekend, so we'll see.
That'd be good. Who are they playing?
Texans.
Oh yeah, C.J. Stroud coming on strong. Tank Dell, Jimmy Ward. I definitely miss Jimmy Ward. I love that guy. So Red Jet corrected us. It wasn't Bryant Culp's show. It was Terrordome's show. Terrordome and I get into it quite a bit regarding young Brock Purdy because he's calling him elite and comparing him to Montana and Steph Curry and all this stuff. And I'm just not ready to do it yet. I'm getting closer. I'm inching closer. After the Seahawks game on Thanksgiving, I bumped him up to 5 to 8 in the league, and somebody's like, "Oh, is that elite, Ted?" And I'm like, "Well, no, 6 through 8 aren't elite, so 1 through 5 is." So I'm still saying less elite than more elite, but I mean, if he goes out, plays in the rain, and makes a comeback win against the Eagles, I got to start throwing that word around.
Yeah, then you can start saying that. But you cannot. I don't care what this guy says. You cannot compare him to Joe Montana.
No, I agree.
It's a whole nother level. That's not even elite. That is legendary status. And you can't.
Yeah. No doubt. Ted, you and Terrado got to get along, laugh my ass off. No, we do get along. We met in person at Breezy's music video. I met his wife. She's lovely. And it was just funny how I was like, "Oh, Terradome, nice to meet you." I was like, "Oh, Terradome's wife." And I was like, "I'm Ted." She's like, "Oh, I know who you are." I was like, "Oh, damn." Infamous, I guess. But no, it's all love. Terradome likes to make fun of me, and that's fine. I'll take it, and ultimately, I hope he ends up being right. I hope Purdy ends up being elite and the real deal. I'm just not ready to say it yet. And if he keeps it up, and like people say, "Oh, you're a hater," and I'm just like, no, I just hate the hyperbole. But the more he plays well, the less it's hyperbole, right? So I mean, yeah.
The fact that people are calling you a hater, that means they're really not fans of the game. They're just fans of the team.
Right.
And I get that. Cool. You could be a fan of just the Niners and not know nothing else about anybody else or football in general, but you can't call somebody a hater because they're not going to put some guy now he's getting a full year in saying, all right, yeah, he's elite. You can't do – it's just – no. That's like me saying CJ Stroud's elite right now. He's elite.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, speaking of which, Kurt Bankert has been pretty much right with me in my rankings for Purdy. He's got him at 8 this week. He fell. I think he had him as high as 7 or 6. Now he's fallen to 8 on Bankert's list. But Bankert had CJ Stroud number 2, man. I was like, what are you doing, brother?
CJ's a monster.
Yeah.
The thing is again, and I hate this too, because I hate this for anybody. I think if a rookie comes out and shows out, he should win the MVP.
Yeah, sure. But
he changes the dynamic of a team from 2 wins and takes them to the playoffs. I mean, how's he not and he got 5,000 passing yards if he ends up with that? To me, that's an MVP status type thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you had Mahomes at number 1. Okay, great. Love that. CJ Stroud at number 2. I'm like, oh, come on, bro.
That's high.
Too soon, too high. He's got Dak Prescott number 3, and I'm just like, dude, Dak's having a nice year, but all this recent stuff was against scrubs, isn't it? I mean,
that's the problem. Listen, he has not won a game against above 500 team yet this year.
Yeah,
not once. He's got good stats. His stats are comparable to Patrick Mahomes. Straight comparable, almost identical type stuff. Even a little
Mahomes
better.
Only has Kelsey, and and Dak he's got CeeDee Lamb, he's got Gallup, he's got what's his bucket? The Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
He's got Tony Pollard. Well, I guess the Chiefs have
some decent Ferguson. He's got that tight end.
Yeah. So I mean, ultimately, I have trouble with Dak at 3. Lamar at 4, I think, is a little high, but I like Lamar getting close to that top 5. I just don't think he should be above Josh Allen, which he is. Josh Allen's 5th. Jalen Hurts 6. I got no problem with Jalen Hurts 6. I could see him anywhere in that 6 to 8 range, 6 to 7. I guess it can't be too high because if I'm saying Purdy's 5 to 8, I've been saying I think Hurts is better than Purdy. So yeah, 6. I like 6 for Jalen Hurts. Here's one I have trouble with. Trevor Lawrence at 7, because he had a good game against the Texans, but he's been struggling some this whole season. He looked shell-shocked against us. They didn't even score a touchdown against us. So it was only 3
The
points.
past 2 games, he's had good games. They resurged all of a sudden and had 2 good games. I can't put him at 7. Listen, I can't even put Josh Allen up there.
There you go. A lot of people can't.
In a sense, I mean, he is the team because he tries to do too much.
Yeah.
He was the leading in that last game against the Eagles. He was the leading rusher. Josh Allen, you're not supposed to be the leading rusher on your damn team.
He is a lot of the time. That's what I said. And everybody gets on him for all the turnovers, but I just say not all turnovers are created equal. When you're throwing a 60-yard arm punt on 3rd and long, that's a 50-50 ball. Like, it could be a huge play or it's interception, but then it's just a punt on 3rd down is all that is.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me much. Or like those plays where it hits the receiver in the hands and the receiver blows it and it's not an interceptable ball that gets intercepted. I think there's quite a bit of that with Josh Allen. So that's why I can see why people are mad at him, but and why he should maybe drop lower than I have him, like at 2. But 5, I think, is a little low. Then Trevor Lawrence. Then Brock Purdy at 8. I'm totally fine with that. As I mentioned, 5 to 8. Yeah. I think that's where I've got him. Tua at 9. I'm glad that Tua is behind Brock. I agree with that. And then Justin Herbert at 10. There's maybe one I have a little trouble with, but he has been kind of struggling lately. And it's like, I used to make excuses for him that like the Chargers were always all beat up and everything. And now they're kind of healthier and they're still struggling. And so that's like, I'm not a huge QB wins guy, but at some point you got to win something, at some point you got to
start doing something.
Yeah. And if you don't make the playoffs, I get not winning playoff games, but like, then why aren't you making the playoffs? And I don't know. I can see Herbert dropping because I kind of used to have him maybe like 4th or 5th. I don't know about 10th though. That seems a little low for Herbert. He's still a specimen. He's still tall, big arm. But again, you got to have what's between the ears, and you got to have that killer. You got to like rip their opponent's heart out and show it to them while it's still beating. That type of mentality.
Was that Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones style?
I don't know that Herbert has it. So that's definitely something Purdy has. He's got that part in spades. He's not 6'6", and he doesn't have a cannon of an arm. And we've been over all that. So So what else is going on? Looks like Lane Johnson's going to play this weekend. They're saying maybe Goddard might play, which I think is surprising. Sounds like Zach Cunningham probably won't play. I don't know about Fletcher Cox, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I should check out the Eagles practice report. That's probably
the Goddard coming back. That'd be crazy. That's just like Aaron Rodgers. This dude's coming off IR, about to play in a couple weeks. That's insane to me. Absolutely insane.
No doubt about it. What is this? Trent Williams and Eric Armstead missed practice. But Trent Williams must have been a rest day. I don't think he had anything wrong. All right, here we go. Eagles practice report. Did not practice. Tight end Grant Calcaterra. Don't know who he is. Also, I was just talking to Shane Half, Eagles creator, and he was just saying, like, oh, they didn't really try to replace Goddard while he was out. They just played a lot of 10 personnel, which is one back, no tight end, 4 wide receivers, essentially, instead. So just spread the field out some. Fletcher Cox did not practice groin. So it sounds like Cox will be out, which is what we thought. Hamstring did not practice. Oh, Zach Cunningham, hammy, didn't practice. That sounds like he's out. And Dallas Goedert did not practice. I think Goddard's out. And safety Justin Evans, knee. limited A.J. Brown thigh, Jordan Davis hamstring, and Jordan Davis played a lot of snaps in that overtime win against the Bills. Wide receiver Julio Jones knee, full tackle Lane Johnson. Ugh. Definitely was hoping Lane Johnson would wait till the Cowboys to come back, but it looks like he's back. The best right tackle in football, one of the best linemen in football.
He's a monster.
God damn it, Mike. If I hear Greg Olson say mind of a freaking center one more time when he falls first, I'm going to freaking reach to the TV and strangle that cat.
This dude,
because
man.
I got so sick of hearing that in the NFC Championship. And then he pulled it in the Super Bowl, too. And I'm like, dude, the guy hits a false start, man. Call a spade a spade. Like, it's just like awful. What's this mess about Von Miller?
Beating up his wife.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Domestic violence.
Dang, I did not hear that. That's a bummer. I always hate to see that. I will say, though, sometimes,
but that's what the charges are. We don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah, you never know. It's he said, she said. That's true. It depends on the evidence and whatnot. But I will say, sometimes, man, being married or being whatever you are in the same house, it can get stressful. Things can get heated, and like, I'm not excusing it. It's a terrible thing.
Let's condone and shaking a woman up.
But there are times where like a woman like beats up a man too, and like and like he does one thing, and it's like, oh, that's domestic violence. Anyway, I don't want to get involved, and I don't want to like sound uncaring to either side. I'm just saying, it can be complicated, and living with somebody for a long period of time, it can, things can get elevated for sure. Not that I would know. I just heard from friends, that kind of thing. But anywho, I hope Vaughn's okay. I hope his wife's okay. And the Bills can ill afford to lose another great defensive player after losing Tre'Davious White and Matt Milano, Daquan Jones. I think he's been playing. I think he's been back for.
I didn't even think he was playing, to be honest.
I thought he started practicing right after Trey White and came back
maybe
after
he
Milano.
Just started playing, man. All
right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's done much. He's getting old. What is he, like 33, 34 now? So
it's probably time for him to be done. He was a 10, 12-year vet when he went there. So it's been a couple years. So he's He's hitting that 15-year mark coming up.
Got that ring with the Rams, and just head on to greener pastures, I suppose.
I think he's got one with the Broncos too, doesn't he?
He got one with the Broncos. He got one with the Rams, and then he said he was going to get one with the Bills. He can be the first person to ever win with 3 teams. How'd that go, Vaughn? Yeah,
yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Hey, as long as you leave the Rams, I'm cool with you. That's all I can say. So that's good. I was just happy to see him out of the NFCW, so the NFC West. So. Did I just cuss? I still, one slips out here and there every now and again. I try not to, but sometimes for emphasis, nothing beats a swear word. I swear. The Get Back Up It Binge podcast. I like it.
Yeah.
Get Back It Up.
Binge. Back it up. Yeah.
I like it. Give me Olsen over Romo any day of the week. I mean, I'll take Olsen over Romo, but I love me some Jim Nantz. So
everybody loves Jim Nantz. Listen, I'll take Olsen if he's acting like Terry Bradshaw.
Oh,
like commercial.
Yeah.
Be that Olsen so we can laugh at you.
Yeah. I love Terry Bradshaw too. Yeah, he's hilarious. No doubt about it. We got Daniel Berry Sports Highlights in the house saying, yo, maybe make sure you check out his channel. Thanks for coming, Daniel. Saying, how's it going? Better now that you're here. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So Browns play Rams this weekend.
Yes.
How are you feeling about that game?
As long as injuries, Garrett's going to play. I know Denzel's not playing, but Garrett's going to be all right. Cooper seems to be all right. Flacco's going to take the reins, and I like this. And I'm glad it was said earlier, and he started doing his thing earlier because, again, I think this is good for the entire team. His veteran leadership, I think it'll help DTR will see another aspect because, I mean, Watson is one skill set, Flacco's another. And then I also think it'll help Stefanski with play calling in a sense because Flacco will be like, hey, we got something here, or let's do this here. He sees stuff differently. You know, he's been doing this forever. I mean, he's the winningest quarterback in the playoffs. I mean, the dude's I was looking at all his things. He's like number one in a bunch of different categories. I'm like, dude, wow, that's crazy. I didn't think about Flacco like that until I just looked at that.
He was really good in that year leading up to the Super Bowl against us and in the Super Bowl against us. Yeah.
I mean, he's a good quarterback, and that's all we need him to be is just, hey, manage the game, make the right throws, give the defense a break so they're not out there huffing and puffing all damn game. And that's it. That's essentially it. And he knows what to do.
He is a statue, though. So, like, if you guys have a good O-line, though, right?
Well, our left tackle, you know, he's, you know, someone that we had to bring off the street because ours went down, you know. But besides that, yeah, we're good. And I think we could be all right. I think they need to just let Jones play right tackle because he's coming back from an injury. So they were fading him in and out with Hubbard and just put Hubbard on the other side and just let them play. Besides that, I think we're good as long as they protect. But I think Flacco will get the ball out quicker than DTR and them because DTR is trying to hold it and he's not going through his progressions as quick. Flacco will go through the progressions and know what he's doing without, you know, taking all that damn time.
There you go. I was just putting together your banner here because dummy that I am, I didn't have it ready before the show. But how's that? Big Mike at the Man Cave 10.
Yeah.
And then we got so that's Twitter, folks. The Man Cave 10, and then the Man Cave 8172 is YouTube. And the link to that YouTube channel is in the description of the show. If you're lazy and you don't want to type, just click the link. There you go. So what else we got? As far as Eagles Niners, I've been saying.
Listen, you know what's funny is I think that's really the only game to this week, really, in a sense. I mean, Broncos Texans. But there is no real good games this week at all.
I haven't really taken a look. Let's take a look together.
Like I just did my predictions and picks.
Well, I mean, we got Seahawks Cowboys tonight. That's kind of good.
If the Cowboys are looking ahead, they're going to lose this game. And that'll be the end of that. I don't want to hear no more Cowboy talk. That'll be the shit because they're going to lose next week. Because I picked the Niners to win this week because I think Philadelphia, what they do is they gift wrap a W. They literally wrapping paper, glitter, they put a bow on this, and they hand it out, and no team has taken it except for the Jets. No team grabs it. And then they take it back, say, okay, if they do that this week, if they play that this way, you guys are going to rip that thing and run all the way back to the Bay and be done with it. And
because we're front runners and we play well with a lead. But I've been saying if we are going to win, it's probably got to get a lead, and they'll probably claw back towards the end, and just hopefully they don't claw back enough. But if it's like blow for blow, going back and forth, I like the Eagles to win because they've won games like that this season, and we haven't. And they have a good
step up and do that though. That's what Purdy needs. Purdy needs this type right here. He needs this game to solidify a lot of things. If Terradome, whatever the hell his name is, wants to call him elite, this game has to happen that way.
Yeah.
It can't
or if he comes back in the rain, like I said, then I would even be calling him elite. I'm getting closer each time. He's chipping away at my defenses a little bit, and I'm slowly coming around. But just still not quite there yet. So let's take a look. Week 13. So we got Seahawks Cowboys tonight. Colts Titans. Now the Colts, interestingly enough, they're a playoff team right now, huh?
They are, but the Titans
are mania.
And what's great is I picked the Titans to beat them, but that to me that game's not a whole. It's not something you're gonna be like, hey, let's go watch this game.
Is Levis still gonna be their QB?
Yeah, Levis is the quarterback, and then you got Gardner Minshew. I don't know. I'm not too hype about that.
Minshew versus Mayo.
Yeah, it's Mayo Minshew. It's
Minshew. Chargers Pats. Yeah, and it's gonna be zappy. No more Mac Jones.
Really?
People pulled some of my receipts from 2021 about that, where there was like this meme of Mac Jones was the dragon in the middle, and then like all the goofy dragons were all the other Well, and I was like, this will be fun to come back to. That's my usual thing that I've been doing for years. And all these people came back like, he knew. Oh my God, this is so fun. It's like, come back, come back. And I waited, and then they named Zappy, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, all right, that's good enough. So I was like, I said I'd be back, and so sure enough, I was.
What's crazy is Lamar Jackson's stats are compared to Mac Jones. How crazy is that?
Because Lamar runs.
I'm talking about interceptions, passing touchdowns. Yeah. I'm talking about stuff like that. I mean, turnovers, like turning over the ball. I mean, come on, man.
But I mean, it's just
that's why I can't put Lamar at elite, because if you're having stuff like that and you can't win the fourth quarter game, then you got a problem.
But Lamar has maybe the best defense in the NFL. If it's not the Ravens, it's us. I know we're statistically the best right now. I saw that Baldy was talking about how we have the best defense in the NFL, number one defense. And I quote tweeted it, and I said, tough scene for the Fire Wilkes crowd, they wanted to fire our DC. It's like, careful, guys. Because me, I was always saying I thought he just needed to bench Isaiah Oliver and get those corners up close to the line, and that's been happening. And then, of course, adding Chase Young has been really big too. I'm not sure any bigger than those other two things. And he came down from the booth too, which I was against, but seems to be working out well. So, again, still looks like I'm wrong on that one. We got Art of Fighting in the house saying the man cave.
That's my son and his boys. They do a channel. They're called the Cultured Ones, but Art of Fighting is a lot of MMA. They do a lot of boxing videos. They box a lot and stuff. But yeah, that's my son Dom.
Dom, nice to meet you, Dom. Welcome to the channel. Check it. Thanks for coming to support. We appreciate it. So we got Lions Saints. I mean, that's not like a marquee game, but Lions are pretty good. And I don't know. I thought the Saints were going to be good this year. I keep waiting. I guess Derek Carr, you're going to be waiting a long time.
That's really what it is. Yeah, you're just waiting.
Yeah. There you go. Shell says that's a cool name. There you go. Nice to meet you, brother. Love it. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. So we got Falcons, Jets. Now, is Aaron Rodgers going to play this weekend?
No.
Not this weekend. Next weekend? I mean, is he that close?
They're aiming the 17th, I want to say, is their aim. That's their aim date.
December. Okay.
So 2 weeks.
And will the Jets be out of it? I mean, they're 4-7 already, so they need to get winning.
They are going to be out of it. I mean, look, you got the Jets. They play. They're playing the Falcons, and I think they lose this game. I mean,
probably.
And that's because the Falcons decided to say, "Hey, hold on, we got a running back here that's a monster. We're going to go ahead and use this guy now. Now we know how to use Bijan. Like, these guys are stupid over there. Arthur Smith, this dude is dumb. Like, he's going to get fired after this year, because if I'm Art Monk, I'd have walked down from that box right onto that field, and I'd have fired him right there at halftime and said, "Get the hell out of here." And I'd have said, "Someone better start running the ball." Because how do you
Art Monk from the Redskins, now the Commanders, back in the day, the receiver?
No,
Art Smith.
The owner of the Falcons, his last name's Monk.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, Smith is the coach. That's right.
Smith is the coach.
He's like the Home Depot guy, though, right? Or is that different? Did someone else buy?
I don't know.
I could swear the Falcons owner was like the head of Home Depot.
Pretty sure his last name's Monk, though.
Maybe.
Thought it was Art Monk. I swear to God, I thought.
Nah, come on. That's the receiver.
Swear.
Let's look it up. And meanwhile, I'll keep talking here. So then they're screwed, because they got Atlanta and they got Houston, which you gotta assume that's a loss, and then Dolphins, which were really tough. But I guess maybe Aaron Rodgers is back for the Dolphins. So if they can somehow win maybe one out of two of these, even then they got to win both these games. They win both these games. Then they got the Commanders. Then they got y'all December 28th, Christmas week, and then New England's January 7th. That should be a win.
It's Art Blank. Not
Blank. See? Blank. Yeah, and he is the head of Home Depot.
There. I don't know why I thought it was Monk, but maybe that's why.
Art Monk, that's a receiver from the 80s and 90s, man, with John Riggins. And
that's probably why I was thinking that. But yeah, Blank. If I was that dude, I'd have walked down there and fired.
He was a hell of a receiver too, Art Monk. back in the Jerry Rice days for us. So that's another matchup. So Jets are kind of must win against Falcons. You got to figure.
And the
Then
Falcons
you
are
got
must win to keep that division lead.
you got the Steelers just waltzing their way to the playoffs. They're playing the Cards. I mean, Jesus.
I want the upset, but it's in Pittsburgh, so I don't think Kyler Murray's
The
going to
Cards are beating it. Oh, I guess Kyler's back. There's a chance with. I keep thinking of the Cards, but they're D. There's nobody on their D other than Buddha.
Buddha
Buddha,
I mean, you're going against Kenny Pickett, so I think you're okay.
Buddha plus 10 scrub. That's true. Kenny Pickett is no prize. Let's be honest. And then you got Broncos, Texans, like we talked about. That's starting to look like
that'll be a decent.
Oh, game. I skipped Dolphins, Commanders. I mean, I don't think the Dolphins will skip that. I think they'll take care of business there.
Yes, they will.
Bucks, Panthers. I mean, the Panthers only have one win, so you got to assume the Bucks will beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all and the Rams. You guys, the Rams are favored by 3.5 points. What?
It's in LA, so it's pretty much only a half point.
It's half point. Okay, I guess they really like Kyron Williams. I mean, they did, but I mean, wasn't that when the Rams blew up last week? Wasn't that against the Cards or something? I mean, come on, look at the opponent. It's the Cardinals. Cards. Come on, man, they're a shell of a team. Anyway, I think I would put my money on the Browns.
Yeah.
Especially with all those points, but even money, I like the Browns just to win straight up. Let alone with a over a field goal,
And I think if you just shut down the run game, I mean, again, Kupp's limping around. You don't know he's not going to be full strength if he's going to play. Puka's not been what he's been. You shut down the run game and just make Stafford have to play, then it becomes a problem for him.
There you go. All right, here's a sneaky good game: Chiefs Packers. Right? Aren't the Packers kind of surging right now with Jordan?
Right on the outside. It's in Lambeau too. Yeah, that's Sunday night, or that's not Sunday night, but that's a good game. That would be a decent
It is
game.
Sunday night, 5:20. It is Sunday night.
Oh well, it's Sunday night. Like, is that Sunday night?
Yeah, 5:20 Pacific, so 8:20 Eastern. Yeah.
Oh, I thought your guys' games was a Sunday night game. Man.
No, they never flex it. It's a late game. It's a 1:25 game Pacific and 4:25 Eastern, which is unusual. Usually when we play East Coast teams, it's 10 a.m. out here and 1 your time.
I'm gonna have to do that screen. I'm gonna have to do this screen and screen now, so I can watch that game and the Browns game.
Yeah, so the Eagles played at 1:25 the last 2 weeks. They played the Bills late, and then they played freaking overtime. They're saying Shane Halfway I just had on saying that their defense had 98 snaps.
That's crazy.
That's a lot, man. That's average game is like 50 to 70. So that's at least a game and a half, upwards of two games worth of snaps for that D. And their D line is depleted. So, and their linebackers are really depleted. And Bradbury's been struggling. And I mean, there's a lot to like if you're a Niner fan. The thing that worries me is they're good against the run. Any team that can stop the run can do well against the Niners because everything in our offense keys off the run. So, I think Chiefs Packers. I think that's a sneaky good game. I think the Chiefs. Like I said, Mahomes only has Kelsey, so I guess Rashee Rice is he the one that's surging? Their rookie is starting to do well.
Yeah, that wide receiver.
But still, until proven otherwise, I'm not gonna say he's like elite or anything. No, like you said, just give it a year. And then Bengals Jaguars, like could have been a huge game, but no Burrow, no
coulda, woulda, shoulda type stuff here.
Yeah, no chance, Bengals. And the Jaguars are 8-3. Like talk about a paper tiger at 8-3. I'm not a big believer. But hey, we'll see. They got a good defense. So we got the mayor in the house. He says, "Fly Eagles, fly." Welcome, Eagles fans are welcome. So I think like I said, I think the Eagles have a good shot against us. I think that Jalen Hurts is better than Purdy. I think our weapons are better, especially if Goddard doesn't play. But even then, I think we have at least a slight edge on weapons. But O-line, Eagles have the best O-line in football, especially with Lane Johnson back. D-line, I'm going to say Niners, actually. Maybe not depth, but starting four, with Bosa, Armstead, Hargrave, and Chase Young. That's a dominant D line.
That's a hell of a 4.
It is a hell of a 4. But the Eagles have tons of depth, so that can make a difference. It's just I wonder how tired they'll be after playing overtime in the late window on Sunday when we didn't play since Thanksgiving. That one of the first times all season the Niners have had a rest advantage on their opponent. The mayor says we have nothing but primetime games left, minus the Giants and Cardinals. Yeah, nobody wants to see the Giants and Cards, especially with DeVito, quarterback.
Tommy, the Italian mafia boss, Vito.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see that. But I'm still hoping the Giants will get some of that divisional magic and smack the Eagles, but we'll see. And obviously, if the Niners win this weekend and the Cowboys beat the Eagles in Dallas somehow, then we would be in first place. But I've been saying all along, like, Eagles fans, like Niners fans don't like start doing backflips, and Eagles fans don't like go jump off a bridge because we got the Ravens Christmas Day. And I picked that since before the beginning of the season as one that I thought the Ravens would win because of rest days, because we're minus 20, they're plus 9. They have basically a whole month more rest than us by then. It makes a huge difference in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Although I did not realize that Mark Andrews was out for the year. So that's kind of a big thing.
That's going to hurt them big time. And
that's big, especially in a big game. He's a big game player. So,
and especially when they got Zay Flowers, that's it. I mean, Odell
as a rookie.
You can clamp Odell down, and then you got Bateman.
Bateman has never done anything.
So, I mean, you really got
he's so underwhelming. I always thought he was going to be good, and maybe he will someday, but so far he hasn't. There you go. What streaming product are you using? Is this Stream? Yeah, it's StreamYard, Mayor. Why do you ask? I'm curious. I was here earlier in the DV segment. Yeah, DV is great. I've had a ton of Eagles creators on this week. I had Ryan from BSing Sports. Let me just go through the list because I am a little fatigued after doing so many shows. I don't want to forget away, but obviously DV early this morning, and then Shane Half this afternoon. Mitch Kofsky of the Hardcore Sports Network was on, and I want to say there's at least one more. So like 5 or 6, and I'm still trying to get Load B Capo on for Friday for tomorrow, but starting to run out of time on that. Let's see, we had Mitch, we had King TV. Let's see, there's Ryan. John Vogel, who is an Eagles fan, but also a draft expert. So yeah, been busy with Eagles fans. I like to get outside opinions, and that's why I like Mike, someone who's outside of the Niners echo chamber, just to get a fresh perspective and make sure sanity check, if you will, when I spew my stuff. And he goes, "Yeah, I agree." And I'm like, "Great." And he goes, "Ted, you're full of it." I'm like, "Good. At least I have somebody to check me, right?" So that's good. So the mayor's also saying an ex-Eagle and ex-Commander. What pick they were for you all? Oh yeah. Well, there was no picks for Hargrave. He was a free agent. Yeah. And then Chase Young was a 3rd-round comp pick, and which we'll probably get back if he walks, realistically. And no salary commitments beyond this year. And this year it was only like $600,000 or $700,000 that we had to pay him. So Chase Young was a classic, high upside, low downside, no downside.
One of the best moves this season.
Yeah. I mean, you can't say it a long time because CMC was last year. And there's a lot of picks, but boy, was it worth it. I mean, God, he's incredible. There's a 2nd, 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th, but I still think we got away with it on that one. The Rams tried to get him. They gave a 2nd, 3rd, and they tried to do the running back they let go in a 5th, and the Panthers luckily said, "Pound rocks, kick rocks, pound sand," whatever the saying is, and we got him. Then he went off on the Rams in that next game. Like, haha, Rams, you tried, we got him, and now we own y'all. We kind of owned them before, other than that one NFC championship game. I think we sweep the division this year. Interesting. I don't know. I mean, Dak has got a great record against the Eagles, so But I don't think much of the Giants, so it's looking pretty easy with 3 games.
I think it's going to be rough because they, like I said, they got you guys, and then they play them, and that's just rough. 2 game split right there.
Well, and for sure,
how this game goes depends on how that game goes.
Yeah, and for sure, last year the Niners were tough on opponents. Like literally every team that played us lost the next week, or they didn't play the next week. Like the Chiefs had a bye, so they didn't lose the next week. But literally, like 15 out of the 17 teams we played lost the next week, and then the 17th team was the Cards, and that was the end of the season. And their coach got fired the next week. That's kind of like a loss. So. Yeah, no, it's definitely doable for the Eagles. It's just one regular season. I thinking still a lot of football left. Yeah, it is a big regular season game though. If we win it and the Cowboys win, but like I said, I mean, even then, if the Ravens beat us, the Eagles can hop right back into that.
This right here is an NFC Championship preview. This is what this is.
Yeah, it's what it's looking like. For the season, I said Niners Cowboys, but that's looking less realistic now. It does seem like that. And also I think here's one thing that could change everything is Shaq Leonard. If he ends up going to the Cowboys and then they end up beating the Eagles next week and he ends up playing well, that could change the balance of power because the Eagles definitely need linebacker help. If they can get Shaq Leonard, then I don't see how the Cowboys do it.
Well, they're talking about maybe Ertz might come back to the Eagles too.
Oh, geez.
He might come back to the Eagles, or he's talking about Ravens, but why wouldn't he just come back to the Eagles? To me, if I'm Ertz, that's easy to me. I'm going to go back to where I know.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, as long as if he goes back to the Ravens, just do it after Christmas Day. That's all I ask. Just don't unleash Zach Ertz at Levi's against us. Simple ask.
Like I said, I think he's coming back to the Eagles.
There you go. Thanks. Appreciate it, the mayor. Yeah, definitely. I started out like this, doing 2-3 shows a day, early in my YouTube career. And then I started getting more into the regular shows where I just had one regular show every day of the week and then 1 or 2 others during the week. But like Eagles week is a big week. And I know a lot of creators on the Eagles side from back before the NFC Championship game. And they all, despite my mistreatment of them, they decided to come back on again. Yeah. Made it a very busy week. And next week could be even more busy because I got a lot of Cowboys people too that I worked with back before the divisional round last year against them. And I've pretty much offered all the Eagles guys, hey, if you book me before the game, I'll, set up a recap show with you for next week. If we lose, I might not be so eager to do that recap show. So we'll see. And then, like I said, I got to start reaching out to those Cowboys creators too and see about getting some of them on Cole's Cowboys and Ashley Baker. And, why am I talking about Cowboys? We're not playing the Cowboys. It's the Cowboys Eagles. I started to get a little confused there. We got next week. We got nobody good. Oh, we got the Seahawks. That's who I'll have a bunch of Seahawks creators on. Candace Higgins and Joe Stevens is a good one. Also, there's this guy Shiv Ramdas, who's an author but a big Seahawks fan. Somebody we went back and forth on the timeline for years. There's also a guy named Tony. I may have blocked him. I may have to unblock him and bring him on. And then. Who else? I feel like there's one more Seahawks creator. But anyway, if I left you out, don't feel bad. See here, I met pick up my lad Young and Hargrave. Were some good, for sure. They've helped us a lot. As I thought. I mean, I was saying all offseason, I thought Hargrave could be our Charles Haley 2.0, but in a good way. If you're too young to remember, in the 90s. The Niners traded Charles Haley to the Cowboys, and then he went on to win 3 out of 4 Super Bowls with the Cowboys in like 92, 93, and 95. And the Niners got the one in 94 when we got Deion Sanders, but other than that, they owned us. And so this felt like it could be the same way, that Hargrave might be an Eagles killer. I hope I'm right. We'll see. We'll find out on Sunday. We got Almighty Finesse in the house saying, yo, what's up, Almighty? Thanks for joining. Got the mayor saying preview yes, rematch no.
So who's he saying? He thinks the Cowboys are going to be who the Eagles face?
Cowboys, Lions, it's possible, but I think the Niners and Eagles are the two best teams in the NFC and maybe the two best teams in the NFL. I think the Ravens are right there. I think we kind of talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz comes back. I'm going to be so happy. Oh, not makes one of us. What a birthday present I'll be. When's your birthday, the mayor? Let us know. Got a Sag in the house. Oh, wait, November. This is a Scorpio still? No. We're
it's Scorpio. It's Scorpio still, because my birthday's the 11th, and I'm a Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I mean.
Yeah. My dad's like December 5th, I believe, and he's Sag, so that's how I know. It is. I better get him a present here.
No.
Gotta get on it. It's all right, Finesse. Join the line. It's wrapped around the link. Are the Niners home or away against the? We're away. We're at the link. They're just saying in Philly, and it looks like there's like a 60% chance of rain on Sunday. But what I'm hearing from Eagles people is that it's supposed to be like in the AM, like in the middle of the night on Sunday, or the early morning, not like in the day when the game's being played. So maybe it'll just be cloudy, which is music to my ears, because as you know, I got my doubts about Purdy as a wet weather quarterback. So I hope we don't have to find out against the Eagles. But definitely away. But it is a late game. It's a 125 window, which is unusual for East Coast teams to play in that late window. Home game, exactly. Are the Niners signing Marcus Peters? I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked though. We tried to get Jalen Johnson in the trade deadline. Yeah. So if we're going to trade for Jalen Johnson, we might sign a good corner off the street.
I mean, he's right there for the taking.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely could use more cornerback depth. Ambry Thomas has been playing well, but I think Marcus Peters would be an upgrade, especially because he's such a ball hawk. Or at least as depth, even. I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, I would love to have anything to keep Isaiah Oliver from coming back on the field is music to my ears. So
listen, whether you sign him, if you guys don't sign him, I would love the Browns to say, hey, we need some depth at corner, and I would take him here. That'd be another Ravens coming over to the Browns. I would love that.
I'll never forget when the Ravens got him for a fifth from the Rams. I was just like, wow, can't believe they let him go for only a fifth. What a dumb move by the Rams.
Yeah.
But then they won a Super Bowl, so it wasn't that dumb, I guess. But I guess an interesting oh man, when I was talking to Shane Half earlier, he mentioned that the Dolphins D was starting to do better, and I was like, oh, and I never got to say that I thought, it's not surprising to me, because I was saying that Jalen Ramsey was, going to be rusty after not playing for so long, barely playing didn't play all season. And then Xavier Howard was coming back off an injury too. And it wouldn't surprise me to see both those cats play a lot better after a little bit of practice. Yeah. So I'm not so surprised here that the Dolphins D, and that was sort of their missing link for the Dolphins, was like I always said, like maybe they are in that next tier. I guess I got to say they are record wise. You're still having trouble with it, huh?
I'm still not in it. No, I think, their secondary is great, but they don't have no defense anywhere else.
Okay, there you go.
That's how I look at it.
There you go. Yeah, it could be an NFC East, NFC Championship game. It's gonna be.
So you're saying boys?
Dude, you're saying the Cowboys are gonna? You're saying the Eagles are gonna? No, because the Cowboys would have to beat the Niners then. Just hey, Mayor, check some facts. When was the last time the Cowboys beat the Niners, man? It's been a long ass time. Because in 2021 we beat them in Dallas in the playoffs. After we went to Green Bay, we went to Dallas. We dispatched them. Then we beat them in the playoffs at Levi's last year on our way to the NFC Championship game that we lost to the Eagles. Then we smoked them week 5, 42-10 with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Like, it was not even close. So, I mean, until proven I can't say it. A lot of Niners people are saying the Cowboys are frauds. I keep giving them respect because we own them, and I don't want to like jinx it. So I'm going to keep saying they're a good team. But really, I'm starting to agree with those other people that use the F word. So we'll see. I got Lions over Eagles and Cowboys. Oh, damn. Dan Campbell biting those kneecaps.
We got the Packers beating them on Thanksgiving. I don't know. The Lions are shaky right now, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, that's why I think this Lions Saints game could be sneaky good. Sneaky good game this week. 12/27.
That was his birthday.
Ah, okay. So you're after Christmas.
He's
so
a
that,
Capricorn.
yeah, I was gonna say that's not even Sag anymore.
No.
There you go. But early birthday present, early Christmas present to Capricorn. It's almost December. There you go. And then a month later, January 23rd, my son is an Aquarius. So
there you go.
Yeah. Fly Eagles fly in the house saying good luck. Good luck to you too, except for against us. I mean, obviously Eagles and Niners fans, we can't root for each other's teams, of course. I think we can root for a good game, root for no injuries, and root for no refs, right? I mean, no ref blowing it. So let's root for all that since we can't root for each other's teams. The Lions, man, get out of here. I agree. I just think, until proven otherwise, I think they're a year away. I think they need to come together. They've got some pieces, but I don't think they're ready to do it to, win the Super Bowl this year. That's for sure. Salute to the Browns fans. I didn't catch his name, but what's good with the QB situation is there a QB battle. His name's Big Mike. It's down below. Big Mike, the Man Cave 10 on Twitter. And then when I hide this, you'll see the Man Cave 8172 on YouTube. Also, it's in the description of the show. You can just click the link there if you don't want to type all those numbers and letters. We make it easy for you. That's the goal. That's the goal.
There is no QB battle. DTR, concussion protocol, Flacco plays.
There you go.
And he Finesse has got a problem with Flacco, even though, again, he's a proven veteran who's done it over and over. I mean, he's won a Super Bowl. He's got playoff records like no other. He's done the thing. Exactly. He's the only thing his problem is he's a statue. He is a statue at moments. Otherwise, he's got an arm. He's got the intelligence.
He has a really nice deep ball.
Exactly. He's still got that. He still looks good. I've seen some of the tape. I mean, he still looks good at practice now.
Yeah.
All we need is a game manager. We have good offensive weapons. Tillman's a hell of a rookie weapon. I think he's like a young DK Metcalf. He's big. He's got hands. He's got speed. Elijah Moore, when Flacco played with the Jets last year, Elijah Moore was a 6-catch, 75-yard receiver. I would love that. And Cooper's Cooper. I mean, our running backs, Ford and Hunt. And Njoku, if he doesn't drop, that dude better stop dropping passes because he's starting to piss me off with his shit. Right in his hands, just dropping them. And
that's too bad. He had that nice catch against us, but it got called back due to the holding.
He'll catch that when it's not going to mean anything.
There you go. He must have known. I think Marcus said he was going to wait till closer to week 14 to make a decision. That's smart. See who's looking the best and then hop on and chase that ring. But if you're signing now, the hottest team right now is the 49ers. But Monday could look a lot different. We'll see. Browns offense is trash. Well, no.
I guess we just went over it. So
yeah. I mean, not with Deshaun Watson, but he is
Watt or Flacco. I think, we got a rookie quarterback in there. I think, he's got to learn. This is a whole different atmosphere. But I think with Flacco, again, he'll win this week, I believe, and he'll progress and get better as it goes. And again, playoff Flacco's a whole nother animal.
Deshaun Watson with a disgusting contract. It's just a lot guaranteed, but if he plays up to it,
the guaranteed money, because the yearly, there's at least 4 or 5 other quarterbacks making more yearly than he is.
Yeah. If he plays and plays well, it'll be worth it. Browns had injuries, right? I thought this was the year to make the playoff run, especially with the Deshaun Watson back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the Browns will miss the playoffs. I don't know. What's your guys' record right now?
We're 7-4.
No, you guys are making the playoffs.
All we need is 3 wins is Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
And we got the Bears and the Jets still.
Yeah.
And we play the Bengals at the end.
Oh, you have the Jets with Aaron Rodgers back, right?
He should be back for that, but I still, again,
Yeah, he'll still be rusty.
he'll be coming off. What, he plays the Commanders that week, and it's a short week because we play them on a Thursday.
Damn.
If he wants to go against Miles and all them, hey, have fun, dude. You're not going to be able to move.
Almighty Finesse has it in for you. He says Browns will lose it out. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
he's
that.
all.
That's a little unrealistic. Eagles versus Cowboys. Respectfully, I love it here, but I'm just saying history is history. We're talking about this year. All right. We'll see. I mean, like Mike said, the Cowboys haven't beaten a 500 team, and Eagles are a little bit above 500. So
Yeah.
the most above 500. Browns are going to go 7 and. Oh, come on.
There's no way we lose every game. We're not losing to the Bears. We're not losing to the Jets, and we play Cincy as our last game. There's no way we're losing that game either.
No, I agree.
Because I think they sit Chase. I think if they get blown out Monday, that's it. They're done. They look at it like, hey, we got to start chilling, sit Chase. They're going to start sitting people because they're not going to want them injured for next year.
I mean, it's going to be 49ers versus Cowboys. You think? Yeah, I mean, I think until proven otherwise, the Niners own the Cowboys. It's just gotten worse and worse, too. Like, it's not like, I don't know. We'll see. Niners, Lions, NFC Championship. All right. Don't bet your rent money. I would say the Cowboys are technically frauds, really great records, but past luck's not there, so that's understood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I really start the Niners defense in fantasy against the Eagles? I would not.
Hell no.
No, the Eagles have a very good offense, and they're getting Lane Johnson back. No.
This is going to be a high-scoring game.
I mean, I've been saying 2017, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
it'll be like 20. I think 24, 21, maybe 28, 24, like that.
Okay.
It won't be higher than 30, but.
All right. There you go. Nah, Ted's hilarious. Very cordial, but definitely wears his allegiance on the sleeves. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I mean, I try to be nice until it's time not to be nice, right? Put the tequila down. I don't know. Yeah, just follow both on. Thanks, Mayor. Appreciate it.
I hit you back, man. I just saw that. I hit you back.
Okay, yeah, let me do that too. It's the mayor. There we go. Follow. Oh wow, he's got some eagles with Indian headdresses on. That's looks like Indian chiefs. Very cool. You got the Lions beating the Eagles in Philly. Man, what you talking about?
They're going at it.
Yeah, they are. The Chiefs. Marcus Peters was a Chief at one point? I didn't even remember that. Wow. Did they lose? They got Snead and they got the young kid, McDuffie, right?
I don't see why they would want him.
Yeah.
To be honest, unless he's going to sit there. He's not going to play. I mean, he'll be a rotation guy.
Stick him at nickel or something. I
don't see that.
No, they seem like they're pretty stacked at corner. But I guess Snead. Actually, I saw a stat recently in one of those games. Like Snead was like leading the league in penalties or something like that. So maybe that's why. Maybe they're not as high on Snead as we were, as I was. Browns make it by the hair on their chin. I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah, Browns are going to make it. 31-24, says the mayor. Obviously, Eagles 31, Niners 24. Since he's an Eagles fan. Eagles are due for a loss. Absolutely, they are. They're on a very long winning streak. We did 5 games, just like the Broncos, but we're on a 3-game winning streak, so we do. I showed 11-1 last year. Let's keep the hate. There you go. What else should we talk about while we're here, my friend? Weather is a concern for me, but it sounds like it may not be an issue. Niners got the weapons. Weak spots for the Niners, I've been saying all along. O-line, right guard's a weak spot. Burford. I liked having Feliciano in there against the Seahawks, but Seahawks D-line is not the Eagles D-line, let's be honest.
No.
Even with Frank Clark replacing Nwosu, they're pretty anemic on their D-line. But Feliciano filled in well for Aaron Banks too for several games before that. I'd love to see Feliciano and Burford platoon like we did with Burford and Daniel Brunskill last year, because I want to keep developing Burford and help him grow into his NFL body, man body, if you will. But at the same time, I don't want to have it be an area that can be easily exploited. McKivitz is also a concern at right tackle, more for run blocking than pass blocking, but against a real good DNs like Sweat and Hassan Reddick, I think he'll struggle. And then, if Isaiah Oliver sees the field, we're in trouble at nickel. Even without him, that means Ambry Thomas is on the field at boundary. He's played pretty well, but I still don't trust him. And then Jair Brown, the rookie, replacing Hufanga, who's out with the ACL. He's like his clone. He's like his mini-me as far as like 4.6 speed, fast game speed, like slow track speed, fast game speed, plays with anticipation. Ball hawk, doesn't cover well, hits hard, maybe doesn't tackle that well. Great blitzer. This is exactly how I'd explain Hufanga. But Hufanga is also like a team leader and a team captain type player. Even though I don't think he was ever named captain, he's definitely a leader on the defense. So that might be missed. One game, maybe 1.5 games of Jair Brown. It's going okay, but I'm cautiously optimistic about him. But I would list him as a potential weak spot as well.
Well, even if it's a rain game, you still got CMC. So he'll handle a lot of that for you. And I really think they need to start using Kittle. Start using Kittle more and more, especially if it's a rain game. Kittle will be right there, that safety blanket. I think it'll be good for Purdy. And again, whether it's rain or not, I still think this is going to be a good game, and I still feel like the Niners edge them out in the end. If Philadelphia continues playing the way they've been playing, where it's close and they're literally on the verge of losing, because Philly can be a team where they just blow people out. They can do that. They have the power on both sides of the ball. They're an amazing football team. They got, like, last week, the Bills outplayed them. They won. They found a way to win, and that's what great teams do. Elite teams do that. I don't know. I don't know. I really feel like the Niners are going to edge it out.
Almighty Finesse says, how mad would you be if the Niners lose this game? I'd be pretty mad. I feel like this is a really great opportunity for the Niners. I feel like it's really important after losing the NFC Championship game. Yeah. It'd be hard to roll into the NFC Championship this year after going 0-2 in the last 2 games and be like, oh, no, we're going to turn it around now. So, also, it'd be great to get that home field advantage, play the NFC Championship game at Levi's. We obviously would need some help to do that, but hopefully the Cowboys could help us there. It's going to suck to have to root for them. But I'd be pretty mad. I'd also be mad because, our guys talking all that mess after the game last year when, like Debo said things like, oh, it wouldn't have been close if Purdy had stayed healthy. And I just don't agree with that. I thought 50-50 if Purdy had stayed healthy, like a coin flip, kind of like what I think this game is. Real close game between 2 great teams. Whoever has the ball last maybe wins, or whoever comes up with a big stop at the end wins. But I don't think anybody saying the other team's going to get blown out. I think they're full of shit, honestly. I think that I think it's going to be a slobber knocker and game of the year is my expectation. At least on the matchup is. Whether the game turns out to be, we'll see.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mayor. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much. I subbed you right back.
There you go. And I don't think a loss for either team hurts, no pun, as much as the media is portraying. These are the best 2 teams in the league. Either fan base shouldn't be mad. I mean, not despondent, or apoplectic or anything, but definitely not going to be happy, especially with, most Eagles fans aren't as cool as you, the Mayor. So trust me, there's plenty that will have terrible things to say and be like, "Cause you told you last year was no mistake," and I could hear it now. So I don't want to hear all that. Best in league for second half points. It's a feeling out process in the first half. There you go. Well, that's when we do our damage usually. The Niners are 1-3 in the last 4 match box dating back to 2017 matchups. I think he means. Yeah, I mean, the only one I know we won was in 2021, week 2. And that was a close game. We beat Detroit in Detroit, and then we beat the Eagles week 2.
Yeah.
It's really crazy because then we somehow ended up 3-5 to start out that season. So we dropped a bunch after that, after going 2-0 to start the season. Part of it was losing Mostert. Part of it was losing Emmanuel Mosley as well, who's now a Lion. And now he's out again with his ACL. Poor guy. I feel bad for him. Don't you all suppose to sign Leonard since Tufanga is out for the season? Who's Leonard? Oh, Shaq Leonard.
Yeah.
No, but Leonard's a middle linebacker. Hufanga's a strong safety, so they don't play the same position. But we definitely need some safety depth because also the guy behind Jair Brown, Nate Odom, or not Nate, George Odom, who's a safety and our best special teams player, tore his bicep or his pec, one or the other, bicep or pec. He's out for a couple months, which would be basically back for the Super Bowl, I guess, or maybe the NFC Championship game. But we're real thin at safety, real thin. So they're saying that Isaiah Oliver might play safety. I'm like, no, just keep that cat off the field. But maybe he'd be all right at safety.
That whole Von Miller thing is crazy. I'm reading it now.
Yeah.
He supposedly assaulted a pregnant woman, which I guess would be his girlfriend or wife or whatever. Ooh. And then he left the scene before the cops showed up. So it's an arrest warrant. So he hasn't even been arrested yet.
Oh, man. So that's probably an extra charge too.
Yeah. So it's going to be.
Well, I guess I guess it's not evading arrest if the cops aren't there.
If he ran and the cops were there, that'd be a charge. But
yeah,
before the cops showed up, because again, he could still fight whether he was guilty or innocent.
Right.
That's not a charge, but
it's not a good look.
No, it ain't. Because why would you leave if you were innocent?
Yeah, it's not a good look. His attorney is like going, "Oh man, why'd you do it? Ah, well, shoot." I don't want Shaq anymore. If you're playing like second fiddle to the Cowboys, stay in Dallas. I don't know. I think he would help either of those teams. I try to stay cordial. I like stats, gameplay, other stuff. I'm too old for these days. Too old. How old are you, the mayor? I'm 53, man. That's old. Anyway, let's see. So the mayor, if you have a YouTube channel, feel free to drop the what's it called?
It's literally when I just subbed to it. Oh man. It's the mayor.
Oh, there you go. That makes it easy. All right, I'll see if I can find it.
At your fave old head. That's
sorry. At your fave.
Your fave old head.
All right, DM me with it. Anyway, I'll give you a sub to the mayor. And then let's see, says Von Miller may have just messed everything up. Those types of situations are fought. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah, he definitely did. That's definitely a mess.
There you go. Oh, your fave. Oh, I added an E. That's why I couldn't find it. Let's see. So let me just fix that.
I just sent it to you, but yeah.
Cool. Right arm. Well, I'll just say, forgot to do real quick. Let me pay the bills. Sponsored by the Travelstead Group. That's TTGs. And they do retail and hospitality logistics, transportation, and warehousing for brick and mortar. They do fixed furniture and equipment. That's FFE. Operating supplies and equipment. That's OSE. They do new store openings, rollouts, relocations, decommissions. From the first mile to the final mile and everywhere in between, Travelstead has you covered. Let them know, how they can help you by air, ocean, or land. They do closed loop solutions for retail and hospitality. Nick and Henry are the go-to guys there. They have 100% US-based support. Complex operations like that always have at least fine tuning, if not snafus. Great to know that you won't end up at some call center overseas where they have no clue what you and your business do. The link to their company is in the description of the show, my YouTube about page, Twitter bio, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you follow me. Click the link, check out the video, and be sure you tell them that Ted sent you. So thanks in advance. Thank you, Mike, for letting me pay the bills.
Always.
It's always fun with Mike. That's why we started doing a weekly show. He came on Bengals week, and then we've been doing a regular Thursday show ever since, other than Thanksgiving. But hey, what you gonna do? So Mike, anything else you want to cover? Anything you got going on that you want to promote?
Saturday, I don't know if we're doing it, but 11 o'clock usually we do the college show for college football. Tuesdays, 6:30 Eastern, Sports Madness. I have my YouTube channel, The Man Cave 8172. Wednesdays, we got Relax Wednesday, which is just chill, talking shit, talking about anything and everything and nothing. Whatever the heck you want to talk about, we talk about. That's 6:30 Eastern. And then following that, 8 o'clock, I have the AFC North show with Bobby G, and that's 8 o'clock Eastern. And then again, of course, I'm right here with my man Ted, talking Faithful Dawgs right here. And I might be starting a show, whether it's going to be this coming up Monday or the Monday after, with my son. I think we're going to call it something like The Old Man and the Kid or something, but we're going to start our own little podcast show and talk sports. And if everybody could, if you got a TikTok, you do all that, at the Man Cave 10. Go follow me on there. Trying to get to that live so I can bring more content.
There you go. For me, I just have right now, I have Bashar tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. Ballin' with Bash and Ted. That's our usual Friday show. And then still trying to get Load B Capo worked out for tomorrow. He's a Eagles fan. He does a lot of stuff on Spaces. Real good guy. And we'll see if I can make it happen. The Mayor, if you're around tomorrow and you want to do something, I sent him this availability, and I'll just let you know too. Where is it? Here we go. So for Eastern, it's 11 to 2 Eastern or 3 to 5:45 are the two windows Eastern time that I have tomorrow. If you want to do something, I'll see if I can make that happen. But thanks, everybody. I appreciate all the great audience participation, and appreciate you, Mike. And I'll just say peace and go Niners. You want to give us a go Dogs? There we go. Thanks, everybody.